We bought a somewhat run-down fixer-upper late last year. In its most recent incarnation, it was a wedding venue that was sold to be developed as a hotel, just as COVID hit. Needless to say, it was not developed, and we picked it up from the developer at a decent price, albeit stripped of all fittings and finishes. We bought it because of the amazing view, which is different to most of the glamorous sea views in Cape Town because of the activity in the harbour. We thought it might be nice to cover some of the history of this site.
Let's go back to the beginning. Simonstown, or Simonstad in Afrikaans, was founded in 1680, named after Simon van der Stel, commander of the VOC and the first governor of the Cape Colony. At the end of the 18th century, the British took control of the harbour and established a naval base here. In the aerial photograph from 1946, you can clearly see the harbour jutting out. This view hasn't changed much if you compare it to our view from the site. Against the hill you can also see the new Redhill road, which runs past our site and onto Scarborough village on the other side of the peninsula.
Simonstown is a lively village with arts and crafts and cafes and restaurants. Beautiful buildings are all along the main street, preserved from a bygone era. This road leads on to Boulders Beach with its penguins and ultimately onto Cape Point. We don't have a complete history for this site, but of interest are two deeds of grant relating to the land on which our earth is situated. One dates from 25 April 1826 and the second from 9 January 1907. This aerial photograph from 1944 shows that there were not yet any formal erven on the new Redhill Road. This site was surveyed in 1945 as the Second World War was drawing to a close. This is the Surveyor General diagram laying out the site along Redhill Road. Figure ABCD shows the original rectangular shape of the plot. You'll see the measurements are still in Cape feet, which are 12.396 English inches. A year later, in 1946, a portion of the earth was cut off to make space for municipal use, and the resulting shape of the plot is shown here.
Plans were drawn up for a building at the site for a J. Fletcher in September 1945 and approved for construction on 24 January 1946. This is still the basis of the main building today with the triangular gable. Interestingly, what is today the entrance was actually just the side of the building, with the entrance being on a large stoop or veranda facing southwest. The original fireplace and surrounding wall are still there today, although most of the other interior walls have been moved or removed. The architects were J.A. and Ally Smith, located in the Standard Bank Chambers in Wynberg. My grandfather settled in Wynberg around this time, and as the local cobbler, it is quite likely their paths crossed at the time.
This aerial photograph from 1945 shows the site now cleared and the structure in progress, with about half of the roof in place. The first deed of transfer on record is from 1949, which appears to show quite a long period between purchase on 22 February 1946 and final lodgement in 1949. Also curious that construction had started before transfer had taken place.
In 1977, a block was added to the existing building, maintaining a clearly separate structure and echoing the gable of the main building. This building created a covered entertainment area underneath a bedroom with an exterior staircase. This is still there today. One additionally interesting thing is the specification of asbestos roofing. As we renovate this building, we will need to remove all of the asbestos roofing.
And then, in 1990, The add-on is substantially modified to attach it to the main building, close the bottom entertainment area, and square up the gables. This gives us the current structure we see today. And so now we have this. What do you think we should do with it?
Please add your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And please subscribe to join us on this journey to revive Redhill.